If you've ever been camping and your bedroom slide got stuck and you thought you'd had no options, watch this video. I'm gonna show you how to get this thing recalibrated and working smoothly. On my last camping trip, we were packing everything up, getting ready to go home. This bedroom slide would slide in 3 inches and then stop. And I didn't know what I was supposed to do. There's no manual override on these Schwintek style slides, so I was stuck. I went out an inch, came in 3 inches, went out an inch, came in 3 inches. Took forever. I'm gonna show you how to recalibrate and fix that problem in case if it ever happens to you. Let's get to work and start saving some money. All right, well, there's 2 reasons why one of these Schwintek style slides won't work. When I was sliding it out, I noticed that it started getting off kilter, it didn't go out smoothly, evenly on both sides. This left side was going out, the right side kept binding up and twisting, and then that motor would stop and this motor would keep going. Well, these slides work on amps. There's a little controller underneath somewhere in the trailer, you gotta find yours, that tells the motor when it's slid all the way out because it meets resistance, and then the amps on the motor increase, so it tells it to shut off. Well, if these are out of sync, then one's gonna push, the other one's gonna have to push harder, and it's gonna think it's already all the way out because the amps are gonna increase on the motor, and then it shuts down, where this one just keeps on going. So that's one reason. The other reason is it could be a mechanical issue. It could be their slides that everything rides in. There's a set of slides up here and a set of slides down here. Once I get it out, I'll show you those slides. But those there's plastic guides that go in the slides. Those could break, bind up, get things going. So I'm gonna start with the easiest first, because why not, right? So I'm gonna, since this is all the way in, I'm gonna go out a couple of inches, and then I'm gonna come in fully and then hold the button down for a few seconds after until I can hear both of these motors shut off at the exact same time. If one shuts off before the other, then they're not synced up. So how do you get them back synced up? You do that process over and over and over until these motors are synced up together and they shut off at the exact same time. So that's the process. Fingers crossed that that's all that we have to do. I'm gonna lubricate the tracks. I think Lippert says don't, but you can put some Teflon lubricant in there just so plastic slides in their aluminum tracks. Why not? Can't hurt anything. So that'll be regardless of if this fixes it, but that may also be an issue too. It could just be binding up in there. So anyhow, so let's start. I'm gonna go out a couple of inches. See, it's already binding up, right? This side stopped this time. Last trip, it was that side that stopped first. Then I'm gonna come all the way in. Hold it. Hear how that side kept going? Hopefully you could see it going back and forth. So let's go out again. Just a little bit. See, this side stopped, that side kept going. Come in. Same thing. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get everything synced up, back out. Stop. See, it's already starting to bind up. Back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just hold it a couple seconds after it stops. Just a little bit. In. Getting better, right? But it was still a little off. So out. Stop. It's already looking better. In. Ooh, that sounded pretty good. So I'm gonna go out a little bit. In. I think that one stayed on just a hair longer. A couple more times. In. That sounded pretty good. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm gonna run it all the way out. One thing to mention, how does it get out of sync, right? When you run this style out, not the ones that don't have the rails that go underneath it, this style, you run it all the way to the extreme, and like I said, it needs to amp out, right? It needs to sense the amperage of the motors are pushed all the way out. So anytime you roll this slide all the way out or all the way in, which is, in theory, you're supposed to only run it all the way out or all the way in, but you know, we all know, I'll bring you around and show you, but my bed butts up to this dresser and I don't have a walkway to go across. So sometimes if you're stopping somewhere or whatever and you don't want to climb across the bed, which you could do, or if you need to get into one of these drawers, you have to slide it out enough to be able to open the drawer. So sometimes you have to do it, but you should always, when you run it all the way out or all the way in, hold that button down for like 3, 4, 5 seconds. It's not going to hurt it to hold it longer, so hold it down and make sure that it's all the way in and these motors are working together. So let's run it all the way out and see what happens. Got to go all the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go of the button. And technically that's it, it's fixed. It wouldn't roll out. It literally bound up the first slide when I was starting off here. It stopped, it had stopped there. So you saw it only went like maybe this far. So if you have that issue where you're going out and you're seeing that it's getting crooked or doing anything crazy, do that process, resync those two motors. There's a motor at the top here and a motor at the top here. It's hiding in behind the rubber strip and all that stuff on the outside. But those motors need to be working perfectly together in parallel. Otherwise it gets cocked off like that and it binds up and it makes one motor work harder than the other. So that's the fix. I'm going to lubricate the outside. I'm at the storage yard, the RV storage yard where I have to store a trailer. And I forgot my ladder. So I'm gonna have to figure out, I'm gonna be standing on my truck. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but these are up high. So I need to figure out how to lubricate them both. So I'm gonna take you outside. I'm gonna show you what I need to do to get to those and where you're supposed to lubricate it. And I'll show you the type of lube that I'm using. So anyways, I'll see you outside. Okay, this is why you shouldn't listen to people on the internet. I'm pretty sure I was saying the name of this slide wrong. It's called a Schwintek. So I think I was saying it wrong, but I wanted to make sure that I said it right. Schwintek. So if you're trying to Google it, trying to see some other stuff, Schwintek, that's what you're looking for. But that's probably how you got here. You already knew the name of this because it's in the description. So anyhow, Schwintek, not whatever it was that I was saying. So I'll try to get it right the rest of the way. And I'll try to correct myself in editing when I say the wrong word. So anyhow, my apologies, but I want to get it right. So anyhow, let's get outside. Okay, so we're outside. So this is the slide that I was talking about, right? This is the bedroom slide on the outside. So these are the indicator that you have the Schwintek style. You have these little rails that look like this, right? Well, this little spot here is where that plastic guide runs, and it runs all the way through. So I'm just going to squirt some Teflon lubricant in here. Like I said, I may have to get up on the roof, reach down and spray that groove, and then there's a whole nother set on this side, right? So you have two on each side that holds it square and true and lets it go. So again, the only thing that's underneath is the rollers. That's how you identify this style. The Schwintek style is this rail is the dead giveaway. So anyhow, I'm gonna spray some lube in there and run the slide in and out a few times, and that should get it taken care of. Just the only reason I'm running the slide in is just to kind of distribute the lubricant. And then as I mentioned, the motors are hiding in here. So you have to take this strip off, undo, see this is even a rivet, and undo all of these in order to get to the motor, and it's really a pain. So I'm super happy that it was just this and nothing more. So a little maintenance hopefully will prevent this from being an issue moving forward. So anyhow, I'm gonna spray some lube, run it in and out, and we'll go from there. Well, hey, how do you like my ladder? That's what happens when you're stupid and you leave your tools at home and you're stuck working at the storage yard. So it's gonna work. So anyhow, let me get this spraying. Let me show you the spray. Put this down. This right here, this is the spray. It's a PTFE, so it's got a Teflon lube in it. So I'm gonna steal a straw because this one didn't come with a straw. I'm gonna steal a straw and squirt it in that little groove that I showed you, and we'll go from there. All right, so again, super simple. Take this spray. Oh, let me get you in frame. Squirt. And then I'm just taking paper towel, kind of cleaning up my slop. Oh, sorry. Forgot that I was holding the camera. I wasn't on the tripod. Anyhow, so then I cleaning up the slop here. Keep these clean. And again, I'm gonna hit this one. I gotta stand all crazy on the truck, so I can't show you, but it's the same thing. A little squirt inside this little groove, and then I'm gonna run it in and out probably 4 or 5 times just to distribute and make sure that the guides in here get plenty of lube on it. So anyhow, I'll bring you back. Okay, now we're back inside. Hopefully, I just realized, I think I got a little bit of that lubricant on the lens. So hopefully when we were outside, it didn't get all blurry, but I think I cleaned it up and we're good now. But anyhow, so I'm just gonna run this in and out a few times and make sure that we're good. So, but just remember, run it all the way in, hold it for a couple, 3-4 seconds until all the motors stop, or after the motors stop, hold it for 3 or 4 seconds, then do the same thing all the way out, all the way in, all the way out. I'm gonna do it a few times, like I said, just to distribute the lubricant on everything. So here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm sure you couldn't hear it because I think I'm gonna fast forward that so you don't have to suffer through the whole like live all the way in, all the way out. But the rollers outside, I think I showed you the rollers when we were out there. There's some rollers under there. I'm just gonna spray those with some lube real quick. They're squeaking. So I'm doing this, I got the lube out, we're doing the things. This is general maintenance, right? So you should do this every 3 months, 6 months, depends on your climate, depends on where you live and all that stuff. I can't tell you exactly. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this video. This maintenance is something that's gonna depend on where you live, how often you should do it, the frequency. If you live in a humid climate or by the ocean, say Florida, you're gonna need to do this more often. If you live in Arizona, maybe where it's maybe sandier and all that stuff, you're gonna wanna clean those and lubricate and do that kind of stuff maybe more frequently. If you're just in a, you know, kind of a neutral climate, neutral area, then you probably don't have to do it as often. If you live in an area where you don't camp during the winter, maybe you do it at the beginning of the season and you're good through the season. I don't know, it depends on use, depends on climate, depends on all that stuff. So I can't tell you how to do that. Just it's something that should be done, and hopefully it'll save you some money if you do it. If you do it. So anyway, hopefully this video was helpful for you. Hopefully it'll get you out of a bind if you're stuck camping like I was. I didn't know how to do this, so I wanted to put this video out to show everybody how to get out of this situation, because it probably, the way that I did it, it took me an hour. Maybe that's a slight exaggeration. It took a half hour, whatever it was. It took forever. It's felt like forever to get this slide to come all the way in 1 inch at a time. So anyhow, that's how you do it. I'll see you in the next video. I got a few more RV videos coming. So again, this channel is a little bit of everything. It's all about how to save you money. And I like to keep my money in my pocket, so I like to do things myself. So I'm gonna try to continue to show you how to do those things and make some improvements. So anyhow, I'll see you in the next video.